Go for it. Record it.
All right, sweet. So let's see what happens. Let's just like run into this. We'll go over it. I'll show you kind of all the things, the techniques I use, and then you can ask questions as we kind of just power through it. I've already downloaded it right here. So this is the have you been here before?
No.
This is vulnhub.com. This is like one of my favorite places. This is a place where you go and it turns kind of the penetration hacking thing into kind of like a video game, right? But
okay.
Incoming message.
I played this one, or I beat the first one of this one, so I figured we'd just try this one. I have no idea how we'll do. So sometimes these can be cracked, in an hour, and sometimes these take, 16 hours because you jump down a rabbit hole. So we'll see.
Sure. I'm down for it.
Down. All right, so let's go ahead and get this over to the Z drive.
Oh, you're running it through Linux, aren't you?
Z drive. So, and you get the whole process. How you've done, like when you were doing the what is it? The
VMware.
The labs online, like when you were doing the hacking labs, were you like getting how the two machines, you do that a lot, right? With NAT, you understand like how when they're both NATed, they can communicate on the network, right?
Yes.
All right. So that's what you get really snappy with that whole process doing these, because it's really important when you're running exploits that they're on their own little sub network, so that way you can kind of throw missiles back and forth at each VM, and they're not going to actually accidentally exploit your host machine, which would.
Sure.
So CengBox 2, let's swap over the network, take it over to the DMZ2, I think. Yeah, DMZ2. Kali baseline is running.
Ooh, nice. Oh, is this the new Kali?
No, this is I do not like the new Kali. I do not like it. It is because they've taken away they've made it more like Ubuntu, taken away the root user and or capability thing where you're logging in as Kali now instead of root tour, which I don't like typing sudo. I know how to not break things at this point, so it's like if you know not how to not delete sudo rm sudo-rm / as long as you don't do that, you'll be fine.
Right.
So let's see, let's get the other one running. So first thing we got to do, make sure that they're both natted and running. CengBox running. And let's see, what are we doing here? So network.
So this is what, Kali baseline?
So Kali I shouldn't even be using this. That was bad practices there. This was the baseline machine that I created that I was supposed to make clones from and then have this always, but I just started using it and kept using it because I'm lazy sometimes.
Okay.
So we should be on the same network. Let's see. So when you're doing this, like at this point, this is the equivalent of if you were, breaking into a network, you would, at this point, you would be at the target or remotely accessing the target and trying to understand like what the IP addresses are and stuff. So let's remind ourselves of our IP address. Let's see, we are at 1.4. And then, so let's see, first we'll scan.
Nmap?
Yeah, we'll do Nmap, and then let's see, we'll scan for the 192.168.1.0/24. Anything weird? Okay. This looks promising. All right. So at this point, we're going to make a directory for CengBox 2. Oh, 2. Go ahead, CD over there. Here and CD to CengBox 2. Clear, clear, clear. All right. So what's the first part of the remind me, what's the first part of the attack methodology? Didn't you learn
the attack
like the attacker methodology? It's usually like reconnaissance, I think.
Yeah, it's reconnaissance.
So when you're doing these challenges, you kind of skip over that. So I think reconnaissance, and then it's scanning the target, right?
Right.
So let's get that out of the way. Let's see what.
Right, because we haven't weaponized it yet.
No, we're trying to check out what ports are running on. So this is like we're sitting there and we just found. So we just found an IP address, right? So basically we were sniffing the network and we just basically, oh, that looks promising. So let's go ahead and stick that in a variable so we can access it really easily because we're going to be using it a lot, right? So we can type something like export, which is going to, it's going to allow us to use it in as a runtime variable. I'll show you what that means. So if we type export IP, or I'm sorry, export, yeah, IP is equal to 10.0 or 192.168.1. What was it? Did I paste it?
Wasn't it 23?
1.23. So export IP. So now what we've done is we have put that essentially into a file called .-rc, which allows us to run that as a variable in the command line. So we can just type echo $IP, and it will show us what's in that variable, right?
And there it is, 192.168.1.23.
Use that. We can, instead of having to type out, you know, that whole long IP address, we can just type $IP, and we'll know what we're talking about. So let's start scanning. Let's see. So we'll go nmap and do the best scan that you can use if you don't care about being quiet, which we don't. So, and that package is, let's see what nmap. So man nmap grep -a.
Grep option requires an argument. Okay.
So let's just look. -a. If you run -a, let's see. Can I search? Let's see if we can search -a. Oh, there it is. All right. -a.
Enables OS detection, version detection, script scanning, and trans route.
Trace route. So those are all, yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 things in one that it does for us just with one -a. So we'll run that. We'll say -a. We'll say we want to be verbose so that we can look at everything that's happening. We'll say show me all the ports, right? Let's see what -p. Let's see, did it show us? Let's see. -p. P port only scan specific ports. So if we just do -p, we can do it like this. We can say like that, or see this one right here. So it says -p. You can do 1 through 65,535. We can just do, people that got sick and tired of writing that just decided, hey, if we just do this, that'll be the same thing. So we're saying scan all the ports. We want every single one of them, and that's it, right? No, $IP, and then that S-tac-C thing I did right there, I can actually show you what that is. Okay, hang on. It's kind of cool. So inside of Linux, what you have the ability to do is you can do things called aliases. So an alias is like
another name.
Yeah, so nano, we'll check out .-rc. All right. And then alias. So these are all the aliases that I use. And aliases just allow you to take a command and then shorten it, right? So if you look S, right, which I did over here, the S is equal to script dash A, right? Which script dash A, it basically allows you to turn with that command. It'll save the output of it into a script in whatever directory you're sitting in, which is pretty freaking cool, right? And then dash A just lets us name it right afterwards. So if we say S tag C, and then we can put in quotes whatever command that we want to run. And then afterwards, all we have to do is just basically, I always call them, this first one, I always call it nmap1.tone. And then it will save that file, start it. See, it says script started, output log files, nmap.tone.
So it discovered everything.
Well, it put that file in the directory. So let's see what else is going on. So we've got port, let's see, what's port 80?
Port 80 is HTTP.
That's right. 22?
I don't remember.
It's okay. 22 is one that you should try to drill in your head. It's SSH.
Oh, SSH, okay.
That one is, you'll see it a lot. And then 21, I believe, is FTP, which looks good. Let's see what's going on here. Nice. So it's basically went in, and FTP has a default setting of anonymous guest. And if that is left at default, Nmap has a script that will go in and basically just try to log in. If it finds that port open, it will just check. And if it is able to, it'll come back and report on it. And basically showing us that there's something there called note.txt, which sounds, probably should go take a look at that. Let's see, we're connected, type is ASCII. We've got OpenSSH running on 22, Ubuntu Linux protocol. And then on port 80, we've got HTTP. It's running Apache HTTPD. So that's telling me, really, it's saying Ubuntu, which is weird, but.
Nick, hang on, I got a question.
Yeah.
Is this the same thing as Metasploit?
No, this is Nmap. So at this point, this is still, like what I just did would be considered a active scan, right? Like if somebody was there watching the network, you know, if they were watching it like a hawk and they were watching for scans and they had a sniffer or something, they could just see what we just did right now. If we weren't running, like trying to run stealth scripts and stuff, there's methods that you can do that are a lot slower that would look like kind of like more like normal traffic, right? So it would be like harder for them to pick up on. But what we just did there was because we don't really care. We're just trying to, you know, pwn this machine. So we're just trying to see what's, you know, what's good. But this is just the scanning phase. So in the attack methodology, we haven't even gotten near the exploit phase. And Metasploit is when we know what, we're still in the research phase, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But it's showing us a lot of information here, right? It's saying.
So we're basically scoping things out.
Yeah, and it's telling us right here that the OS is Unix, Linux, CPE. That's not a whole lot of useful stuff. What's over here? Let's see. OS details, that's not very useful. Okay, sometimes it comes like that, right? It could be 3, could be kernel 4. It's like, okay.
Depending what it is.
So that's, you know, that'll be later. We got to figure that out later. So now, the HTTP type is site maintenance. Okay. So let's check out what's going on with this Actually, we got to check out. Let's we're gonna run Nikto on the web server, which scans the web server itself on port 80 for vulnerabilities. Just to see, it'll run it basically against a database of known vulnerabilities, right? That is always updated. So if it scans it and it's like, oh, this is
okay. What is dash H?
Dash H stands for host. So anytime you run Nikto, the target command is just dash H, and then we can get HTTP, and then we could say $IP, right? And then we could say port 80. We don't even have to do that actually because Nikto automatically
will scan it everything.
Well, no, if you don't put 80, it will just assume because of the HTTP, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if that was port 443 that you were trying to scan, you'd probably just put this, right?
Oh, right.
So we're not trying to do that. So it'll just pick up on that because it's pretty smart. So name it. This one is nicdo80.home.
Here we go.
What's cracking? Oh, you know what I didn't do on this side? It doesn't even know what to be scanning because we didn't do the export IP is equal to 192.168.
23.
Let's try that one more time. There we go. Now it looks better.
Here we go.
So, okay, we're running 2.4.18 Ubuntu, anti-click jaking, not present. That's all common stuff that you usually see up on the top all the time. No CGI directories, okay. Apache.
Appears to be outdated.
But let's, what is it? It's saying 2418. 2.4, that's not that drastic. I've never once found an exploit, like I've never exploited Apache. That's what's kind of interesting. I've been doing this for a while and never like a direct, I don't know, maybe, well, that's not true. I mean, like, obviously you're getting through the web server, so it has something to do with Apache, but it's not like, I've never just like attacked, been like, oh, look at that version number of Apache, let's get it. It's weird.
Right.
I've looked it up. I've wasted a lot of time doing that.
But is it worth it? I don't think it is worth it though.
So let's do we can kill a bunch of, that's why I like have 2 windows open so we can kill a bunch of birds with one stone. So now we'll just enumerate because we didn't find much there. It looks like it found 7 items reported on the remote host. README Apache file. So yeah. Leaks inodes, all this stuff is, anytime you run Nicdo, you're 80-90% of the time you see all that. So nothing there. So now we will do our, I don't usually like to save this one just because it can get messy. So I run derb first, which is like there's a bunch of these. So there's derb, there's GoBuster, there's dirbuster, and all of those are all directory enumeration devices that you can run against any web server, right? So
then let's go with derb.
Yeah, derb is the first one that I use just because derb is quick and it's like so we could say derb.
Personally, I think that derb is more robust.
Well, I'll show you in a second what's robust, but because I usually run 2 of the same just so I can verify and make sure that they're giving the same results so we can check that. But derb, and then you could say $P, and then we'll say -x, and let's check for .txt. We'll run one that we're just looking for blank file extensions, and then we'll run one that we're looking for these 4. So zip, HTML, and PHP.
PHP?
Yeah, so it's checking right now against all the directory. It's basically running it against a file that has all these different names in it. Checking, so and then code 200 means that was successful. So we've got index, which is on every web page. So we found one thing. Let's go ahead and run it without this. See what happens. Found another one. Okay, so let's run GoBuster. So this is another one of my aliases right here. I just shortened it to Gob.
Gob.
Gob -u? No, Gob HTTP. P, and then word list. We'll go ahead and Buster list. We'll call it. This is what?
Okay, before you execute this, what are we doing? Are we now weaponizing it, or are we still?
So do you see here? Do you see here? Well, up here, we were just kind of basically scanning the entire website, the web server, right? The web server is just serving web pages. So we're just scanning the entire, we're basically we're sending GET requests constantly to this web server saying, hey, do you have this page, this page, this page, this page, this page, going through an entire like file that has like, you can even take a look at it, right? Like if you look at cat list, derb, and this one was common.txt. This is what's in common.txt.
Oh, wow.
It's going,
so
hey.
it's looking at the whole entire file.
Yeah, it's going, you know, or have any of these by any chance? And, you know, these are pretty common, you know, things to have on your webpage. So basically telling us, yeah, found these two, couldn't find anything else. But what we're doing now is we're just trying to see if derb was actually, you know, because there's other lists, right? Derb used that common.txt, but we're going to use a bigger one here that Dirbuster has that's called directory list medium, or directory list 2.3 medium.txt.
Okay.
And yeah, we'll just run it.
Processing.
Yeah, so that Dirbuster takes a bit longer. While we're over,
but it's efficient.
What?
It's efficient.
Yeah, and while we're over here, let's take a look at FTP, what's cracking, because that's open. We can just log into that. So let's see. If I remember FTP at $IP. Is it that easy?
Yeah.
Anonymous. Oops. Fuck that up. Let's see. That's taxi. Wait, no, there's no STP. We just need FTP. FTP, the $sign to the IP, and then anonymous. Anonymous. Login was successful. All right. All right. Let's see what they got in here. So basically, when you're inside of an FTP server, you're basically just inside of a Linux shell, right? So I can basically just type ls and see what's in here. Note.txt. And then there's some different commands, right? It's something like, let's see. Yeah, this isn't finding anything, so we'll ditch this.
Okay, finished.
It didn't find nothing. Man FTP, we're looking for get remote file.
Okay.
Or is it mget? Mget. Mget, expand the remote files on the remote machine to do, let's see. Mget. No, .txt. Why, yes. Sweet. I think we can just leave there now, right? Let's see. Yep. Hi, Kevin. I just set up your panel and used the default password. Please change them before any hack. I try to move site to new domain, which is sengcompany.vm. Also, I created a new area for you. Oh, he's bound, right? So when I see that, what it's telling me, okay, they've tried to be clever because they're obviously like, what we could even do now is we could just try to go to their website, right? Because we're on their network. We're sitting somewhere. We could be in a closet in their network for all they know, right? We could literally be sitting there and I could be like, okay, so 192.168.1.23. Oh, okay, so this is what they're trying to do to us. And they're trying to tell us, yeah, sorry, you can't access our website. We don't serve yet. Yep. But what did the dude just say over there? He said something like,
is that saying I tried to move
he said, I tried to move site to new domain, which is, and what I see there, it's kind of in broken English, but what I see there is he's saying, I already moved the domain over to CengCompany.vm. So he's basically changed it to a local domain, right? He's tried to make sure to be safe, and because it's not ready to be operational yet, he's moved it, right? So all we do, because Linux is just amazing, we can just modify our host file and then basically just connect the 192.168.1.23 network to CengCompany.vm, and I'll bet you it's a different website. Watch. etc hosts.
Question.
No. What?
Is Linux an older operating system than Windows and Mac OS?
Well, it birthed itself from Unix.
Right.
Unix is older. I mean, yeah, terminal Windows. That's what we're talking about, right? Like before, this is way before GUIs, and then people started taking those terminal windows and turning them into operating systems and stuff like Linus Torvalds. Yeah.
Okay.
But do you see what I just did there? We're just attaching what he said in that note, Cengage Company, to the IP address, and we're going to see if we can get past this site maintenance thingy.
All right.
So let's save that. So what else is he saying? Okay, so whatever type of CMS that we run into, we also know that he also left all the passwords at default because he's an idiot. So we'll clear the screen. We'll try to go to www. Yeah, that looks nice. Oh, it's not www. That's right. It's just that.
HTTP?
Nope, just that.
Oh.
And we got
Site
this
maintenance
thing. Interesting. So the plot thickens. Let's read that.
This is much better than playing chess. You know this, right?
This is what I'm saying. It turns itself into a video game if you allow it to.
Right.
And that's what kind of should inspire you and everybody to kind of just want to like learn the basics, so that, because once you learn the basics and you sit here and you watch a couple of people doing it, like that's what helped me, is watching a bunch of tutorials and watching people do it. And then you're like, oh, okay, I could totally just keep, and you do this 3 or 4 times and all of a sudden you're addicted. So it's like, it's pretty fun. But
Sure.
So he's saying CengCompany.vm, and I also created, let's try to run Nikto against this now that we have it logged in our DNS, whatever. Nikto, we'll just run this outside of the script just to see. Yeah, port 80, be explicit.
Here we go.
Let's see if this looks any different than the, I don't think so.
Allowed HTTP methods, get, head, post, options.
I was there in the last one though, look.
Oh yes. But wait a minute. Allowed HTTP methods. Oh no. I'm sorry. Let's see. I'm seeing something else too. Maybe not. Maybe not. No. That's all I'm seeing is that allowed HTTP, but you have it right there too. So. Wait a minute. Can you use that John? Is it John or that John crack for the password?
John crack?
Mm-hmm.
We're not looking for a password yet, right? Like we're just trying to get
because
we need to get to a place where we can even enter a password. Is basically
right. Right, because he says, I just set up your panel and used default password.
Yeah, but what is panel?
Panel could be the website itself, can it?
So it's like are not getting the results that we're looking for. Hang on, let me see. Way too many of these in here. CengCompany.vm. CengCompany. Usually I was expecting something to happen here. That's really odd.
We don't have, you don't serve yet. You can check. Oh man.
We don't.
You know what? When we're playing with web servers, I think we're gonna have to think like a spider.
A web spider?
We're just gonna have to basically think like a spider.
Also created a new area for you. Let's go ahead and now that we have already switched it, let's go ahead and change the value of our variable to that so that we can try to see if this reveals anything else. Same size. Huh. So what I would try, I could just try to run a different word list first. Let's see. Big. And while that's doing its thing, have we not tried?
Is this almost like working with the dark web?
Not really. This is just sitting in a built. Like this is like literally you just like imagine this was a movie and you just hacked into a. You're trying to hack into a company and you just like broke. You spent all night, got over their fencing, broke into their building. You found your way into their wiring closet. You're sitting there and you're trying to hack every bit of information that you can. But they have security in place right now, which is trying to prevent us. But what we're going to do is go one step further and try to do Dirt Buster, which is one of my favorites. Because this one doesn't have any mercy. So,
I know you're recording this session, but I was like wondering if you can get me a copy of this recording session.
Yeah.
Okay.
Appreciate it. I want to start doing these more. Browse. So right now, I just need to get feeded a list. Let's see where my lists. Pen tests. Pen. No, old. Pen test. And then we need lists. We need Dirtbuster. We need 2.3 medium, and we're gonna go use blank extensions. Go faster. Medium. Ooh, am I still running one over here or something? No. Weird. So that's running. This is was there names in that? Let's see. Kevin, Aaron. So
I bet you I know what the I bet you I know what the default password is.
what?
It's either got to be these three. It's either got to be Kevin or Aaron, or it could be admin.
You're probably right. You're probably dead on. But he said I tried.
But he only said I tried to move site to a new domain. So that means that he wasn't able to be successful in moving it directly.
Yeah. Let me see here. That was the last one that it was for the first one that I beat. So this is my thinking that if that says I tried to move the domain, that doesn't necessarily mean that they did move the domain. So in the first challenge, when I stumbled upon their host name, it was CengBox.com. And then I entered that and it changed the website. The idea could just be like there to keep us spinning around that one domain name trying to figure it out. But let's see if anything different happens. Probably not. And 20 errors, huh? That's not looking promising. So, what were we doing? Yeah, CengBox. Box. Nothing. So, we do run Nictel. We've run Derb.
I'm trying to see if there's any hexadecimal number here.
What was it? Seng.
Seng-
Mouse is so slippery. All right.
It's not called CengBox.
.vm. What the fuck is that? I think we're gonna have to like try harder. This is weird. We could also run Wireshark and try to see if
Hang on, it's finished.
What is finished?
On the left side of your screen, where it says HT access and HT password.
Yeah, they're 403s though, which are like they're errors. So those are just kind of bogus. Let's see what else. I just want to see, is there?
There's another error.
Might be something that is, oh, you know what?
What's that?
What version of FTP do we got here?
Isn't it 3.0.3?
Let's check that. Search exploit ESFTD. ESFPTD 3.0. Nothing.
Let's see.
Spell that right?
VSFPT. I think you spelled it wrong. Backdoor command
It's the wrong version.
So try putting in the full version, which is 3.0.3.
Let's just try.
Oh, here we go.
You know what you can always do is you can go here, other locations, and say I want to connect to a server, which is at 9.1.3. Actually, you can just say FTP at that. Kevin. Let's try it. Kevin. Anonymous. So we will cancel, try it again. Connect as anonymous. I wonder, can I create a file here? Okay, we don't have permission. SengCompany.vm. Sounds like we're boned here, huh?
Not really.
You can check later the site. Ah. Okay, so what should we do next? Let's see what else we got on our fingertips.
Well, like I said, we can use the password called either Kevin or Aaron or admin.
Yeah, but we don't have anything to put a password into yet. You see, that's like part of what we're doing here. It's part of the frustrating part. We've got to figure out. I think I'd like to run Wireshark real quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
See if there's any weird communications coming out of any weird ports. So we need to run an IP, what is it? Okay, let's see. 0. And then IP.adder is 2.16. I saw all sorts of weird, cool stuff coming in. I just like killed it.
So did we figure it out yet or not really?
So let's rerun this packet capture without this. What is that? Encrypted alert.
Ooh, here we go.
I don't know what that means.
But we have a hexadecimal key.
What hexadecimal key?
The one on the bottom.
Yeah, but it's not a key. It's like this. Oh shit! What is all that? Oh, I don't need any of this. That's all garbage. This is all That's what I don't want to do with my life when I'm getting older. Getting a job. No looking at logs, please. Thank you. No. Let's see. What would you think? I don't know. If you were a hacker guy, where would you be your next?
Where I would be next is I'd be trying to crack the damn password.
But I get what you're saying, but we don't even like where do we put the password?
Well, that's where we're gonna have to find out. It's like, okay, that very question is the answer. Where do we put the password? Where could the password be located at?
So
Not
yes, that's it. Where are passwords located at? You know where passwords are usually located at? Admin. He created a new. It's either administrator.cengage. Nothing. Now we try admin.send company.
try Kevin. Either try Kevin or Aaron. Those are the only two options.
So let's put this because it doesn't know how to. Let's try it because it's worth it. Nothing else has been working.
You see?
We will put this.
I'm always thinking on my feet for some reason.
Yeah, admin.cengage.company.vm, and then let's see if we can get a different response. Ooh, okay, that's a good sign.
You don't have so you don't have the permission to access on this server.
That looks different, right? I mean, it's basically telling us. So let's see. Now that we're getting something different, let's try this again. We'll run dirb again. Oh, no. We're gonna run it against admin.send company .v and yeah, Blake extensions. See what happens.
Okay. Like again,
instead of that other word list though, right? I mean, we can try. Can't ever just give up because we did get a different response. So lists, verb, try big. Actually, I'm being lazy here. We need to run it like this. We're looking for anything that has these extensions. And I don't care what list you run. I don't care. You see how it's like sticking all of those extensions at the end of it?
Yeah.
Cool. And it's not gonna find shit, huh?
Okay, if this doesn't work, we'll take the word admin out and try either Kevin or Aaron.
Or, you know what I could do? Because one of the word lists that I just used a second ago actually has a lot of extensions in it, so I could just a lot more than that. So I'll just run dir and I'll say, I want you to use, what word list? Let's see. We'll use list first, and we'll use big or dir, and then we'll pull from big, and then we'll say, I want you to look for extensions in lists. Comment.txt. So basically we're using two word lists and that should work.
Hoo-hoo-hoo!
Nothing. Moving on. Well, let's see. If it's not big, isn't it capital X? That looks a little better. That other thing, I don't know what happened there. Hopefully this will work in a reasonable amount of time. Nice. I didn't even know that was gonna work.
So what did it find?
I don't know. We got our fingers crossed.
Okay.
Except what is that? Let's just be super explicit so that way it doesn't have any, do you see how it's connecting it to this other, man, I don't know what's up with that. Let's see. Let's just get really explicit with it. Here we go.
Okay. Here we go.
Or, why is it doing? I don't think that's right, man.
Incoming call. I put it on the screen. Incoming message.
Didn't find anything?
So let's call upon our last hope, because we didn't really give this a shot. And we have a new, and this is pretty much like the machine gun, final approach. So we got to do, no, not that. Admin send company, and then we're gonna run it. Yep, big machine gun. Be recursive. Go faster.
Here we go.
Watch this like a freaking hawk. It's combing every single little piece.
Don't you just love it when a tech is always involved?
Always. Let's see if. All right, so my next thought, he said something about a panel, and then my brain just kind of clicked on, so there's only, okay, if we're looking at CMSs, let's look at a list of CMSs. Because a panel usually indicates that they got, you know, some sort of a CMS running.
Right.
Did he give us another?
Incoming message.
Let's check this. It's going super slow. Cool. So I'm gonna look real quick. It could be. Let's add a few of them to a list and see if we can find any. So I know, let's add a nano dir list. We'll call it. So there's Gila, WP or WordPress. There's Drupal. So save that. So we're saved it as dir list. Let's see if we can just run dirb. Where is that? Fuck. So it was admin. Okay, so, and then we want to pull it from this directory from dir list. It's not found code. Do you see that?
Yeah, entering directory, calculating.
What it found Gila. That's a good sign. Let's see if it exists.
Okay, instead of like putting admin, put Gila.
Oh, it's because we're running all sorts of shit on it. Let's stop this. Because it seems like we might have scratched onto something here. Oh, okay.
What?
We're somewhere now.
All right.
So basically, now let's go ahead and check out what's over here. Nicto.
Wait. Instead of like admin, put Gila. Oh, never mind. Yeah.
Robots.txt. Okay. So let's get that.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Robots.txt. Or we can just get that. So we've got src, themes, and lib, just like right here. We just verified that. Gila admin config might contain database IDs and passwords. Let's see if that we can just let's see. That's a lot of no. Okay. Let that run. This could be a lot of like false positives. Like could be like intentional coming from the web server. Let's see. Curl X.
So it's a 50-50 chance.
Oh, I gotta say get.
Nick?
Yeah.
I'm seeing something where it says Gila.
You see that? Hold on. I think we might be able to get in from right here. Watch.
Okay.
So we'll see if there's an SQL injection sitting in there. Because look at this. It says PHP file may contain database IDs and passwords. So we'll see. HTTP.
Right. But if you look at the line like right below it.
What
No. Be 1, 2. If you look at the third line from where you're at, from Gila admin.
I know. I see that.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. No, you right on. This thing right here. Is that what you were looking at?
Yes.
Let's see. Probably just. Yeah. Admin. So we're running SQL map to see if there's any SQL injections available. So we want DBMS. Show me the databases. No worries. Let's see if we can. We'll just run it against the other one that I was looking at. Right.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch of stuff here. Okay, let's see.
It says post parameter password does not seem to be injectable.
Wonder if that is there. We'll see. Okay, I just got to put that in a variable. See how stupid it gets after a while? Sense company.
You forgot to put admin.
And then is it a redirect? I wonder. It seems to just be taking me to the same place.
I just saw something.
I'm wondering if those are login. Yeah. Oh, you know what we're forgetting? How stupid are we? Dude, we're all trying to attack this thing and like look for passwords. How about this? What is the Gila CMS default password? I don't see it there. Come on, just feed it to me. Oh, here we go. Password add. Okay, document. Koopa. That's Koopa. What is this? Dude.
It's not being very helpful, is it?
GitHub always has good information. Let's see. Looks like, is this default? Yeah. Looks like there is no pass.
But I read something on the other on the other terminal.
Let's just try.
It said something about reset.
Hang on. It said something about reset.
Yeah.
Eek, is that real? It can't be real.
Right there. Right there where it says on the left pane. It says ahref equals login / password underscore reset forgot password less than / a greater than.
Oh. Yeah, it's a redirect. Interesting. This is all just garbage.
Okay.
Ah, what is this?
Let me in.
Let's just try to go there. What?
Try let me in.
It said what? Administrator. If this works, that'd be weird, man.
Try admin.
No, not gonna work.
Wait.
Wait, what about SRC? Oh, yeah. Log. Hmm. You don't have permission. You do not have, how about load? You do not have permission. Logo? Hey, it's a pencil. Use. Correct. Dude, see what I'm saying? Like with these things, there's a lot of digging to do, man. Like all of these, and all of these could be just possible. You know, this could be here just to, you know, mess with us. But what I'm seeing here is also, it looks like we're sitting in some sort of a directory where core.
Update.
So the other one, that was SRC. Oh, what if we just like, not gonna work, but no. Okay. What is this though?
Let's try it.
Let's look back here. Let's also run. We have like 7 minutes. Yeah, okay. So we were looking at.
Found one.
No, didn't do shit. We were looking at Nikdo. Keep it like the stuff at the top is probably more lib. Check out lib. Hey, dude, this new mouse does not want to stay next to me.
Oh, quit messing with it.
/lib. Dude, this has a lot of stuff here, man. Prism. Man.
What is XML?
Oh, it was asking for a password. Let's see. Gila. How do we log in? Well, how do we get to that other login page? We got there by like, maybe I can just backspace to it. No. So it was like one of these. I like just basically grabbed this and it redirected me, I think. We'll just grab this one. I know that was redirect. Yep. So let's try Kevin at Send company .pm. Then it said admin was the default.
Oh,
I think we're in.
I think we're in.
Oh. Can I create content?
Did it work?
I think now I should be good to do something like this. Let's just see if there's an exploit inside of Metasploit. We can do this in 5 minutes. MSF console MSF console-q. Uh-oh, we're down to the wire. We're about to get caught.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Uh-oh. Oh, God. Hurry. Okay, content.
Oh, wait a minute.
I know. Kind of file manager. I need to upload. Will it let me? Yes. Okay. So what we need, okay. Locate PHP. Oh man, reverse. Okay. And I need some CP. This, and then nano PHP reverse shell. Oh, it's already set. Okay, that's good. Payload set. So we need to set use multi exploit multi handler. Multi, is it? This is a web script, right? Script, web delivery. Set the target to PHP. Set it to PHP. Set the payload. Set the payload to PHP. Meter preater. Please finish it. Come on. Meter. Oh, I should just type in. I'm an idiot. Tab is not good in these time-sensitive situations. Merterp. Merterp.
Just type it.
Man. PHP. Yeah, you're right. Meter preater. Reverse. TCP. It worked. Set the L host. Okay, so we've done everything. We've uploaded it. Set the L host to 192.168. No, yeah. 8.1.23.
Exploited.
Oh, what?
What the?
No session was created.
Oh, I know why. Did you use systemctl?
So I know what I have to do. I can just do this manually. Netcat -nldp 4444. Okay, so we're running netcat, and then I just uploaded. Okay, shit, I didn't. Oh, we're gonna die. Pen test. Pen test. And then this is called what? CengBox 2. Yes.
Okay.
And then Gila.
Shit. 2 o'clock now.
Yeah. Well, here's how we do it. We have to do it to here, and then we'll upload it to TMP. And then it said it was successful. There it is. Okay. Then we should be able to go to Gila/TMP. So we basically uploaded a reverse shell onto the web server, and then basically /TMP PHP reverse shell.php. And then because we're running right here like that, we should hit enter and then be able to pop a shell because our server is listening and waiting for an incoming. And that's great. I just hit enter, nothing happened. And nothing happened.
Jesus. All that work for nothing?
Sort of.
Damn.
Well, we could just try exploit.
What?
Oh. Delete. Now we should be able to do it.
Okay.
Gila, CMP, PHP, reverse. What is it? Reverse. So. We're in.
Yes. Now do it. Exploit it.
We're in. We're inside of their computer. Who am I? Dub data.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Data.
Yep. So ls that should run all. Actually, you know we can do. Oh, don't do that. How about that? Okay. Well, we can just do that one more time. That, and we're back in. And if we do Python
not found.
well, I keep my fat finger. Python taxi import pty dot spawn in that. No, so Python 3. Sometimes this works. Gets you out of this restricted shell. See? Out of the restricted shell.
Ah, yes.
Ooh, but it's doubling everything now. So yeah. So it would be like another 2 hours before we get to root from here, but we just basically did everything that we needed to do. That was pretty awesome. We did that in 2 hours, less,
Nice.
an hour and a half.
Okay.
So, I mean, that is pretty cool, impressive.
Don't forget you were recording, so send me that
Yeah,
that video. Yeah.
I will. That was rad.
That was.
We should do